On this video, I'm going to break down the Soviet style of Dmitry Bivol. Like, how good is Dmitry Bivol? He is an absolute phenomenal fighter, isn't he? But his style, for me, when you're looking at his style, you look at the way he moves, he reminds me of a good friend of mine, Stuart Hall. He was a great amateur. He was a decent pro. But Dmitry Bivol, it's more of an amateur style, I think. You've got to look the way he moves in with his feet. Let's break down the style. Like, you fight him, Dmitry Bivol, the way he brings people on with his feet. Everything comes from his feet and his footwork. His footwork is phenomenal. Like the way he moves in and out with his feet, gets his shots off. The range of his shots are just second to none. That's why he's done so well in the pros. But let's have a look at the strengths, right? The strengths of Dmitry Bivol's style, which I think is more of an amateur style to a pro style, the way he's in and out, the way he brings fighters onto them. He makes fighters make mistakes, doesn't he? You've got to look at the way he just makes someone make a mistake and he counters. It's like a counter punch. It's like more of an amateur style than a pro, but it works. It's like his strengths of that is the way he's just making people make mistakes. He's making boxers or fighters chase him because he's that good on his feet, and then he's bringing them onto them, counter punching them, and just landing them big shots. Weaknesses. What weaknesses has he got? Well, you've got to think. I don't think he carries that proper knockout power, which he doesn't for that weight, but he's got power. And when he comes on and he hits you with combinations constantly, it's going to take its toll. But that's it. He hasn't got that knockout power. I think that's the only weakness in Dmitry Bivol's style. He hasn't got that knockout power. But then the way his strengths, the way he brings people onto them, the way his feet, he gets people to make mistakes, and just pounces on them. And when you get Dmitry Bivol on the ropes, he had a tight guard like myself. I had a tight guard in boxing. People throw loads of shots, you'll think they're landing, but they're not getting through. They're not getting through at all because of that tight guard he's got. He's got a brilliant guard. And the way I just can't get over how good his footwork is. It's all about his feet. If you watch Dmitry Bivol and you just watch the feet, just watch his feet for a round. If you record the fight, just watch his feet. Watch how he gets in and he gets out. But Bivol in the amateurs, he's been a proper successful professional. But that style in the amateurs, one of my friends, Frankie Gavin from Birmingham, England, he was the best amateur I've ever seen. He was in and out, and it was back then I think it was only 2-minute rounds. It moved up to 3-minute rounds, but quick rounds. And if you're good with your feet and you're good at tap, 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 bop, 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 and moving out the way and bringing people on, you're countering people, Dmitry Bivol's style for the amateurs was just brilliant. That's exactly the style. But yeah, he's transitioned over to the pros, and he's doing absolutely fantastic. I'm going to break down this style in the ring, and I'm going to show you how I would try and beat a fighter like Dmitry Bivol, and what's the difference in the way I can get at him or they get at me. Why is Dmitry Bivol so good? I'm going to break a little bit down and show you in this video why he's so good. I've got my main man Bronson being my co-pilot today on this video. Bivol have got such a good guard. I used to have a great guard in my career, really tight guard. So when he's bringing people on the ropes, which he does with his feet, he brings people on even when he's going back. He's got such a good guard. Can't get through. Look how watch how he throws some body shots to me. Bivol's just like this. His guard, they don't get through. So you think the punches are getting through, but they're not really getting through because of his tight guard. But then when he's on the ropes, he's taking the shots, and then he comes back with the shots with great speed. His footwork, the Soviet style is when they throw a punch, they obviously move the feet as well. So he's like that, he's out. He's like that, he's out. He does that with such great precision, such great speed with his feet. He brings the fighters on him, say he comes onto me. The footwork is just so good, moving round the ring. Brings fighters onto him, and then gets his shots off in that way. One thing about Bivol though, he's only got a 50% knockout ratio. He hasn't got that biggest punch like the likes of Biev, but it doesn't really matter because he punches in bunches and he gets people on the ropes and he throws punches and he moves and he gets the stoppage in that way because he throws that many punches and he's that precise with his shots. He doesn't really need that knockout ratio because when he's got them on the ropes, he keeps them on the ropes and he throws head to body and the ref's just got to jump in. Another thing with Bivol, when he's moving around, he does that, he throws them feints so the opponent doesn't have a clue what's coming. And he's got that, and another good thing is when he fakes, he's got that brilliant jab. His jab is so precise. Boop.